Hello and welcome back to our series Builders of a Better India, where we've been bringing you inspiring stories of leaders and the winners of the EY Entrepreneur of the Year 2023 Awards. I'm Shireen Bhan. On this webisode, first up is a man on a mission to democratize investment opportunities in India. We're talking about Lalit Keshre, the man behind Groww, a disruptive startup revolutionizing investment platforms. Having founded Groww in 2016, Lalit aimed to simplify the complexities of investing to empower millions of Indians to participate in the financial markets. Through innovative technology and user-friendly interfaces, Groww swiftly gained traction, attracting millions of users. Lalit's entrepreneurial acumen and commitment to financial inclusion propelled Groww to become one of India's leading investment platforms, disrupting traditional brokerage models and inspiring a new generation of investors. Here's the Groww story.
Lalit Keshre's journey from humble beginnings to the corridors of success is what defines the grit and determination of the Indian entrepreneur. Lalit grew up under the guardianship of his grandparents and went to the first English medium school of that district. The academic brilliance he displayed in school later took him to IIT Bombay.
I was born in Madhya Pradesh, which is a small town there. My parents used to live in a village, a very small village. So I studied with my grandfather, who was in a district and was also lucky to kind of go to a school, first English medium school in the district. That is how kind of I grew up. So very, very influenced by my grandfather, Nanaji basically. I was a very sincere student, so I always came first in my class. Somehow was again very lucky to come to know that there is something called IIT, studied for it, went to IIT Bombay, got exposed to a lot of the new world, different kind of people, very smarter than me.
It was in Mumbai that Lalit was introduced to the two connects that would change his life: the stock market and the startup ecosystem.
One of my wingmates got an internship in a company, and I came to know that that company is listed. And what does listed mean? It's like it trades on stock exchange, and it means that you can buy a share of that company and become a part owner of that company. And that was like very shocking to me. So that kind of was one big kind of lucky incident that happened, right? Second one was, I think, in 99, 2000, I got into IIT in 99, and that was the time when .com kind of, and I did not know what are startups and so on. And one of my close friends, he was preparing for a business plan competition. And again, I asked him, what is this about? And got into this rabbit hole of understanding what a startup is. I think these two incidents, which are very unrelated, but kind of in background got me kind of thinking about these things. First stock I bought was for 80 bucks. That was my investment, 80 rupees. From there, I joined a startup called Lithium Systems. Worked there for almost 6.5 years. Then I quit and started a company called EduFlix. It was an edtech startup.
Lalit then ventured into the corporate world and joined the epicenter of e-commerce, Flipkart. Here, he pioneered initiatives, carved new paths, learned key concepts, and laid the groundwork for Groww.
So Flipkart was just amazing. I think two things that kind of were the biggest learning. The two things that were like the biggest source of learning were, number one was scale, right? I think we were growing very fast, and Flipkart was a scale like which I had never seen before. So with scale comes a lot of problems and a lot of challenges, and right from people to product to processes to everything. So that was one big thing. And second thing was the focus of Flipkart on customer obsession, and that's when I was at that time also reading a lot of letter to shareholders of Amazon, where Bezos talks about how customer obsession is competitive advantage and so on, right? And got a lot influence there, how solving for customer is just so kind of, important. And in Flipkart, everything flowed through that kind of philosophy, right?
With a vision to revolutionize financial services in India, Lalit embarked on a journey to build, Groww, and make investing easier for millions of Indians.
And then coming back from Flipkart, what we had learned was selection matters to customer, in India at least, right? Where they want to know everything and then want to choose themselves. So we thought, maybe customers need some DIY platform where you provide them everything instead of telling them what to do, what to buy. And India is also, again, if you look at cricket, right? Like cricket is just so complicated, so many numbers, but everybody understands that. So people here are very smart. If you expose, so idea was, let's build a full marketplace. Just open up everything, no advice. Just make everything transparent and make everything simple. So that is how the Groww in the current format was launched with all the mutual funds. We thought, कि अगर 100 customer आ जाएंगे तो बढ़िया है. And we got 600 customers that month, first month. So there were signals that this is something customers are loving, and then let's keep building on that. See, ultimate objective of Groww was to kind of build a platform that makes all financial services very simple, very transparent, and very delightful for millions of people in India.
With a customer-focused approach, Groww then started direct mutual fund distribution on its platform, and within a year became one of the most popular mutual fund investment platforms in the country.
This was around May 2018. May 2018, yeah. So we were regular funds, and our community customers started talking about, this is very nice platform, I love it. But there is something called direct funds. Direct funds, right? Direct funds are where there is no commission. And we were like, oh, if you do direct funds, how will we make money? And so on. And coincidentally, at the same time, we raised some money. I was like, okay, we have money right now. Whatever customer needs, let's do it. And monetization, we will. Then we also build our theme of monetization, and we realized that if your customers love your product, and if you're not spending too much money in serving that customer, like, a customer acquisition, if your customer is very sticky, like, high retention and high engagement, and we realized that our product meets all of these things except for monetization. And our thesis was that if all these happens, and then there will be time, money will come. So that was like the belief that kind of we had, and we moved to direct mutual funds. And then it took off in a very, very different different way. And one day we came to know we are doing the highest number of SIPs in the country in a month, which was kind of a bit pleasant shock. We have around 10 million active customers. We are doing almost 10 million SIPs. In broking industry, we are number one in terms of customers. We have more than 7 million active customers on the stocks broking. Team size perspective, we are around 1,200 people spread across. So customers are everywhere across India. Vision for future is to kind of keep compounding this customer trust, become like most loved financial services company in the country.
As Groww democratizes investing for every Indian, Lalit Keshre remains undeterred in his values-driven approach and commitment to excellence. Listen in to what another inspiring entrepreneur has to say about him.
If you talk about Lalit's biggest strengths, I think his motivations and desires and thought process are very driven from inside himself. Very few external stimuli impact him, negative or positive. So, for example, there are times when he'll go through a tough time. Businesses go through challenges. There'll be times when he's go through a good time. He remains unfazed. This or that doesn't matter. What he believes is what takes him forward, and I think that's his biggest strength.
Lalit Keshre won the EY Entrepreneur of the Year 2023 award in the startup category.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are moving on to our first category award for the evening. This category recognizes and rewards individuals who have made our brave new world possible. And this category is Startup.
Our jury member, Mr. Sunil Sharma, to please read out the citation and announce the winner.
For startup category, this IIT Mumbai graduate quit his job in 2016 to start a direct mutual fund distribution platform along with his co-founders. Fast forward to 2024, it's India's largest stockbroker in terms of active users. I'm sure all of you can guess who we are talking about. I would like to invite Lalit Keshre on stage to collect the award.
From Lalit Keshre, who's empowering individuals to navigate the complexities of finance effortlessly, the next on our list is a leading name in the manufacturing sector. Sanjay Gupta, the chairman and managing director of APL Apollo Tubes, his entrepreneurial journey with the company exemplifies perseverance and strategic foresight in the manufacturing sector. Playing a pivotal role in steering APL Apollo Tubes towards innovation and expansion, it was under his leadership that the company embraced modern manufacturing techniques and has diversified its product range to cater to the evolving market demands. Gupta's visionary approach has taken APL Apollo Tubes to the forefront of India's steel tube industry, establishing it as a trusted name both domestically and internationally.
Sanjay Gupta hails from Bihar, a land where dreams are often as vast as its plains. He was all of 15 when he embarked on a journey to Delhi with his father, leaving behind his homeland with the dream of a brighter future.
Delhi में when we started the company, we are not in a good positions. काफ़ी losses हो रहे थे, तो हर चीज़ को तंगी से देखना. फिर when we shift to Delhi, हम बिहार में एक बहुत बड़े घर में रहते थे. We are very happy in Bihar. Delhi में we shifted into rental house. कैश क्रंच में फंसे हुए थे, तो हमारी छोटी छोटी पेमेंटें होती थी जिसको हमको कलेक्शन करके कंपनी में इवन इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल जमा कराना होता था.
For Sanjay, this new chapter brought its own set of challenges, but his unwavering determination thrust him forward. It was in 2001 that APL Apollo Tubes ventured into the production of structural steel tubes, a major turning point for the company.
उस समय अगर हम बात करें तो जो हमारी ट्यूब इंडस्ट्री थी, दिस इज मेनली नोन एज ए फॉर द सर्कुलर ट्यूब बिजनेस फॉर ट्रांसपोर्टेशन ऑफ ऑयल, वाटर एंड गैस. और इस ट्यूब का कोई यूज नहीं था. एंड दिस बिजनेस इज रिप्लेसिंग बाय द पीवीसी. तो वी कॉल कि दिस इज द डाइंग बिजनेस. तो वी आर थिंकिंग कि हम शुरू से ही बचपन से इसी बिजनेस में हैं. अब ये बिजनेस खत्म हो रहा तो उसको हम कैसे करें, कैसे वी सर्वाइव. देन वी थिंक अबाउट द स्ट्रक्चरल. हमको लगा कि अभी इंडिया का आने वाला टाइम जो स्ट्रक्चर का बहुत अच्छा होगा, उससे हमने काफ़ी हाई स्पीड एंड न्यू इनोवेशन टाइप की मिल खरीदी, जो ट्यूब इंडस्ट्री में उस टाइम इस टाइप की मिल फर्स्ट टाइम लगी थी. दैट टाइम वी इन्वेस्ट ऑलमोस्ट 4 to 5 crore रुपीज़. बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली उसी टाइम चाइना बूम शुरू हो गया. माई फादर पास अवे इन द अर्ली एज. तो वी स्टक फॉर 2-3 years. बट कहते हैं लाइफ तो चलता रहता है, जब फंसता है तो आदमी उसी से रास्ता निकालना होता है. इसमें मेरा टर्निंग पॉइंट एक आया. वन कस्टमर कम टू मी इन माय ऑफिस, त्रिवेणी मेटल, आज तक मेरे को नाम याद है. इन 2006 वो मेरे पास आया. उसने 4-5 साइज रखे. उसने मेरे को, संजय जी मेरे को 4-5 साइज चाहिए, और उसमें ऑलमोस्ट आई थिंक 2.5 crore रुपीज़ का चेक उसने मेरे टेबल पर एडवांस रख दिया. एंड वी टेक गुड मार्जिन. आई एम सरप्राइज्ड. जो उसको मैंने प्रॉमिस किया था 3 महीने में दे दूंगा, जैसे भी लगा के उस ऑर्डर को मैंने 1.5 month में सप्लाई किया. बट मेरे को बूस्टर डॉज दे गया कि अगर एक कस्टमर मेरे पास खुद चल के आया है तो पूरा हिंदुस्तान पड़ा, अगर मैं सब जगह जाऊंगा उसकी मार्केटिंग करूंगा तो ये तो मेरे लिए बूस्टर होगा. मेरे को कहते अंधेरे में एक सूरज की किरण नजर आ गई कि यहाँ पर रास्ता है.
From a regional player to a national force, APL Apollo Tubes' journey has been marked by innovation. Leveraging his industry experience, Sanjay spearheaded the development of pre-galvanized tubes, a game changer for APL Apollo Tubes.
इंडिया में सिर्फ 2 टाइप के ट्यूब्स बनते थे, ये एक गैल्वनाइज्ड और एक ब्लैक ट्यूब। उसमें जैसे हम स्ट्रक्चरल ट्यूब्स में घुस रहे थे, दे लॉट ऑफ रिक्वायरमेंट कम इनटू द फॉर द स्ट्रक्चरल गैल्वनाइज्ड पाइप्स। तो वी इनोवेटेड ए प्री गैल्वनाइज्ड ट्यूब फर्स्ट टाइम इन इंडिया। हमने पहले सीट को ये गैल्वनाइज किया, फिर उससे ट्यूब बनाया। उससे पहले ट्यूब बनता था, उसका गैल्वनाइज होता था। हमने जहाँ पर स्ट्रक्चरल ट्यूबिंग में इतनी जिंक कोटिंग की जरूरत नहीं थी, वहाँ पर इसको धीरे धीरे रिप्लेस करना शुरू किया। दिस इज ऑल्सो बिग गेम चेंजर फॉर द अपोलो ग्रुप।
Continuing the legacy of innovation, APL Apollo Tubes introduced steel door frames and pioneered direct forming technology, which offers undisputed advantages in terms of flexibility, production capability, and cost reduction for both the company and end users.
So we make it technology first time in the, I can say in India, first time in the world, with a company called Auto Tube in Italy. उसके साथ हमने काम करके एक न्यू टेक्नोलॉजी बनाई, डायरेक्ट फॉर्मिंग टेक्नोलॉजी, इन 2015। हमने स्क्वायर पाइप को सीधा ही शेप किया विदाउट राउंड ट्यूब बनाए हुए। जो भी साइज चाहता था कस्टमर, हम उसको साइज उसके एज पर कस्टमर के हिसाब से बना के दे सकते थे। तो व्हाट वी सी कि इससे इंडस्ट्री का साइज बढ़ता गया। व्हेन वी स्टार्टेड द कैपेसिटी ऑफ structural tube in India, less than 0.2 million ton or 0.3 million ton in 2002. Today we can proudly say that this capacity is almost 8 million ton, close to 8 million ton. तो प्राइमरी स्टील से almost 4 million ton स्टील ट्यूबिंग बन रहा है, ये अपना स्ट्रक्चरल ट्यूबिंग, जिसमें 2.25 2.4 million ton, almost 55% market share is taken by the Apollo.
Riding on the waves of innovation and resilience, with manufacturing plants across India and plans for global expansion, APL Apollo Tubes is a solid contributor to India's infrastructure with bold targets for the future.
We can proudly say कि we are the #1 company in the world for the structural tubing. हमारी कंपनी में today हम 8 स्क्वायर, छोटा सा 8 स्क्वायर क्या तो है, छोटा सा 8 mm स्क्वायर पाइप से हम 1000 स्क्वायर तक का पाइप बना रहे हैं। हमने बहुत सारे यूनिक ये लैंडमार्क बिल्डिंग्स इंडिया में तैयार की है। आप आज किसी भी एयरपोर्ट्स पर चले जाओ, मेट्रो स्टेशन पर चले जाओ, हर जगह आपको अपोलो का ट्यूब नजर आएगा। लास्ट ईयर वी हैव डन द कैपेसिटी यूटिलाइजेशन ऑफ 2.2 मिलियन टन हमने लास्ट ईयर ट्यूब्स बेचा था। दिस ईयर वी आर टारगेटिंग 2.7 2.8 मिलियन टन वी आर गोइंग टू सेल द ट्यूब्स। Next year our business plan is for 4 million ton, and 25-26 we are thinking to cross our full capacity utilization of 5 million ton. My vision, I want ki zero import in the steel sector, in the tube sector, India ka import zero. तो we work on lot of things to develop. हमने काफ़ी प्रोडक्ट हिसाब से डेवलप किए, हमने अपनी सप्लाई चेन को बहुत सुधारा है, और हमने कंसल्टेंट का बहुत मिलकर काम किया है कि जितने भी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं बहुत तेजी से बहुत कम समय में पूरा हो।
Sanjay Gupta's unwavering commitment and entrepreneurial vision continue to inspire those around him to strive for excellence.
उनका सबसे बड़ा अचीवमेंट है, जिस इंडस्ट्री को किसी ने इमेजिन नहीं किया था वो इंडस्ट्री उन्होंने क्रिएट की है। मतलब पाइप इज ए कमोडिटी बिजनेस, उनको उन्होंने प्रोडक्ट बेस बनाया है। हमेशा कहते हैं बी पॉजिटिव, अपना टाइम आएगा, एंड एवरी टाइम्स वो अपने आप को प्रूव करते हैं, वो मार्केट में सक्सीड करते हैं।
Sanjay Gupta was recognized as the winner in the manufacturing category at the EY Entrepreneur of the Year 2023 Awards. From the story of a man providing advanced steel solutions for diverse industries, we now talk about a trailblazer in the field of life sciences and healthcare. Shahid Bilakhia's entrepreneurial triumph with Meril is a testament to his unwavering commitment to advancing healthcare solutions. Through strategic partnerships and a focus on R&D, he steered the company towards developing cutting-edge medical devices and pharmaceuticals.
Shahid Bilakhia is a second-generation entrepreneur who was driven by a vision to redefine medtech in India. From the inception of Meril in 2007, Shahid remains committed to learning relearning, and ultimately improving the lives of millions.
We got an opportunity when I came back from college to think about what the family can contribute over the next generation. We spend a lot of time and energy with my family in identifying different fields and narrowing it down to a certain aspect that we felt would build a role model, something that would help in creating a healthy society, and something that will have a permanent social impact. And we were able to identify across various segments after studying it in depth that healthcare kind of called to us. And 2007, when we looked at medtech, India was not there. We did well with infrastructure, we did well with pharmaceuticals, but this was something that required attention. And as a family, we identified that this is where we want to be. And we started our journey in 2007 with the formation of Meril, with a very clear agenda of creating a role model, creating a permanent social impact, and entering into an industry which did not exist in India at that point in time, at least in the higher end life-saving implants. And that's how our journey began in 2007. We wrote down the word Meril. It means clarity, it means happiness. And we said we want to add more to the life of people, including patients, including our own employees, and really created a thought process of where the organization and where the country should head.
Having embarked on a mission to create a lasting impact, Meril has a clear goal: to design the best-in-class medical devices to alleviate human suffering.
2007, 2008, and 2009. So in that time, we identified two distinctive fields. One was cardiovascular, which was life-saving, and the second was orthopedic, which was life-enhancing. And we created two set of products. One was a drug-eluting stent, which was the mainstay of cardiovascular disease at that point in time. It was the next generation of technology. You were able to cure, you did not have to go through a CABG. You could be implanted through a catheter and you'd be back to normal. So it was truly a next generation devices. We identified that, backward integrated the whole process, created a drug-eluting stents. And that is how the journey for stents and cardiovascular started. And on the other side, we had invested and brought on a set of scientists and engineers in US, in Philadelphia, that looked at the orthopedic market and said that the world is underrepresented from a requirement point of view. As Indians, as Asians, we love to sit on the floor, eat on the floor, do different things. So the requirement was different. So we designed a product keeping in mind half the world population. So otherwise, everything was designed for the European community or the American community, but this we took an opportunity in having inclusiveness of the 7 billion people that exist on this planet. For us at Meril, we currently have one of the strongest division, which is the first division that we established, is cardiovascular and structural heart. The second one is orthopedics, which includes knee, hips, trauma, arthroscopy and spine. The third division for us is endosurgery, where we do everything to deal with surgeries. Diagnostics is our fourth division. It is a large division. It really got us to millions of patients. So at Meril, we have had a humble beginning. I remember that our first team was less than 30 people in the first years of when we existed, to a scale of almost 9,000 plus people as we closed the year 2023. We grew from 2 products to over 100 products across various segments. We grew from 1 country to 150 countries now across the world.
Shahid's commitment to quality and precision has been the driving force behind Meril's success. With each milestone, they've expanded their footprint and built a diverse portfolio catering to various medical needs.
2014, we changed the gear. We created Meril 2.0. We added more divisions, we added more products, we created the next infrastructure for us. So we created the Meril Park. That was almost 400,000 square feet. It had 4 distinctive divisions. We backward integrated even more. And in 2019, we were able to change the gear and introduce next generation product that came out of the 5-year journey of establishing new division. And we created Meril 3.0, which was the next generation structural heart devices, robotics, adding large divisions, which was endosurgery, diagnostics. And then came COVID. The world came to a standstill. We were only closed for about 4 days effectively. And then we opened up, re-adjusted our thought process and created the whole COVID range. RT-PCR test, rapid test, self-test, and got to manufacturing the need that the country had at that point in time.
As Meril looks to the future, Shahid's vision extends beyond borders. With plans to establish subsidiaries worldwide and a focus on emerging fields like surgical robotics and oncology, Meril is poised to shape the next decade of healthcare innovation.
Now we are standing at the cusp of Meril 4.0, which is expanding each division further, giving it the subdivisions that it requires, and adding 2 large divisions. One is surgical robotics and second is oncology. So Meril will be now 6 divisions strong with at least 4 or 5 subdivisions in each segment, which we will further strengthen. So collectively, we will be not less than 20 divisions strong, working on next generation devices. And we have a very clear line. We want to do implants. We don't want to do consumables, basic consumables. We want that the country has done well. These are all next generation technologies that are truly magnificent, such as our transcatheter heart valve, surgical robotics, handheld robotics, oncology devices, neurovascular devices. So for us, the future looks very bright, and it is where we are setting up Meril for 2027, where you will see Meril 5.0, which will be going into the next decade. And as we look at the coming decade, we see robotics, surgical robotics as an important part of the healthcare. And as Meril, we will participate in that segment with multiple products, multiple therapies that would bring India to the global level in terms of healthcare technologies that are available for our patients here.
Shahid's colleagues recognize him as a visionary leader, one who strives to deliver the most advanced healthcare solutions to people around the world.
When he's in the Meril plant, he's basically, just a true passionate, scientist and an entrepreneur who's basically conceiving technologies for the future. Shahid's contribution to cardiology has been immense in terms of bringing to birth some of the leading edge technologies for the country and outside.
Shahid Bilakhia was a judge winner in the Life Sciences and Healthcare category at the EY Entrepreneur of the Year 2023 Awards.
And our next category of awards is Life Sciences and Healthcare. Ladies and gentlemen, to present our next set of awards, may I call upon our jury member, Mr. Dilip Sanghvi, to please come up on stage.
Driven by his vision of reducing India's import dependence on life-saving medical devices, the winner invested aggressively in R&D and innovation to become one of the first Indian companies to domestically manufacture novel, clinically relevant, and state-of-the-art products. Ladies and gentlemen, may we have the winner on the stage, Mr. Shahid Bilakhia of Micro Life Sciences.
That was Shahid Bilakhia, who is developing groundbreaking medical technologies and solutions to enhance patient care and improve outcomes. With this, we come to the close of the last webisode of our special series celebrating the inspiring success stories of the winners of the EY Entrepreneur of the Year 2023 awards. From all of us on the team, thanks very much for watching.